Hello everybody and welcome to the first long-form video of Hot Press Productions. Today we will be discussing Dead Tools and some of its many mechanics. First, I'll discuss the rules and how you actually cast the cards. Please like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So, to begin, what makes a turn? So, with a turn, you begin it by getting a bone, which is the material used to cast cards. You draw a card in order to increase the number of cards in your hand, of course, so that way you have more things to cast. However, if you are the first person on the first turn, you don't draw a card. And then you go into the refresh phase, where any exerted creatures that are turned sideways will be turned back forwards. So, then, after that, you go into the main phase. The main phase is where you get to cast all of your spells, all of your everything. That's where you can cast absolutely any card in the game that you have in reason. So, we'll start off with the simple one of how do you get bones? Well, of course, you get it in the beginning of your turn, as well as by sacrificing creatures. Let me pull up a creature as an example. A shard. The shard card will cost 0 bones, so you don't have to spend any bones to cast it. It is a creature, meaning that you can sacrifice it for a bone, as well as attack your opponent with it. And these little numbers down here is its health and attack. The right number is its attack, the left number is its... I mixed that up. The right number is its health, the left number is its attack. If you play Magic the Gathering, it's just that representation of it. On the actual full cards, when we have the main cards up, you will see that it says ATK, and I forgot what the other ones is. As I was saying about creature cards, you are able to attack with them and sacrifice them for a bone. Some creatures have abilities which will trigger when they enter, or you can activate them by sacrificing them, by attacking with them. Different abilities that trigger with certain actions. For example, Worthy Sacrifice. It costs 1 bone, and its ability reads, sacrifice this creature, add 4 bones. So in place of getting 1 bone just by doing the sacrifice action, you can sacrifice it to the ability to produce 4 bones instead. And then it has 1 attack and 3 health. So when you go to attack with it, you can exert it and swing at your opponent, taking away 1 of their 20 life points. To win the game, you just have to get rid of all their life points. If you run out of any cards in your deck and you try to draw, or if you reach 0 life points, you lose. Simple as that. There aren't only creature cards, however. There are also Tome, Interrupt, and Territory cards, with 1 additional card type that I shall introduce in another video. However, in this video, I will begin with showing off 1 territory card and 1 mechanic. So, territory cards. How do they work? Territory cards read territory in this little section here, have their bone cost in the same place as every other card, and then they have this, which is their sand. For you to remove a territory, they have to run out of sand. You can attack territories, like you can attack a player, or you can, if you have a card that says so, remove the territory that way. As I was saying, territories have mostly constant abilities. There are going to be territories with abilities they can activate or will trigger when certain things happen, but most of the time they are just constant abilities. For example, Dustlands. This one I've decided isn't going to make it into the final game, so you get to see a beta card. So, Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 creature token named Bone. Triggers only once each turn. So, with that ability, basically, whenever a creature enters, you get an additional creature. Very simple. With the sand, it needs to take that much damage before it's gone. Isn't super advanced or anything, but you can get the ins and outs of it. After that, we have a card called Cliche Corpse. I have a copy right here. However, one issue with it, it doesn't have any health or attack on it. And I have decided that this is going to be in the final game. It's very powerful, and I realized that very early on, so I had to adjust what the ability does so it isn't exactly as it reads on here. It has replay, which what replay means is that every time, for every spell that you've cast in your turn, it copies itself. So you cast, let's say, 5 other spells this turn. You get 5 additional copies on top of this. And then, when this creature enters, draw a card. So whenever each of those copies enter, you get an additional card for each of those. Very, very powerful, and it only costs 1 bone. Don't know what I was thinking when I was making this. However, you can see how the replay mechanic can definitely be really powerful, as you're drawing 6 cards by getting that 5 initial copies. If it was one simple 1/1 creature that costs 1 bone that lets you draw a card upon it entering, that would still be powerful, but isn't at that drastic step of it. In the next video, I will be discussing tomes and interrupts. And in the video after that one, I will be discussing the secret card type that I have not mentioned here. Have a great day, and remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Bye.